So
Here, I ain't got it.
right here in the funny bone, everybody knows where the funny bone is. There's a Golgi tendon. Anywhere there's a joint, there's a Golgi tendon, where the tendons and the muscles separate and join into the bone. This is where we usually hit our funny bones. We get that tingle and our arm goes numb, right? And it's the elbow release point. If I take my palm, curl my fingers, and just roll up, that's where it is. Some people try to rub it side to side. No, you want to attack the tendons and rub up and down, okay? Now, on bigger guys, sometimes you can just barely rub this and their arm shoots out, but sometimes you actually have to strike with the bone and pop with the roll, all right? Give it a shot. So if I put my shoulder in here and I try to straighten his arm out, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. Now I'm gonna try to do it this way. If I rub up and down and pull here, okay, so if I rub here, see, with some people you have to use forearm.
First time in a long time I've heard him go, "Ugh."
So, see, with some people, rubs will work. Some people, you actually have to use some bone. But you've seen the effect. My whole body couldn't do it, but just a quick rub of my forearm could. To make this easier, if I combine it with heart 6 and lung 8, heart 6, lung 8, and yank and do that, it happens a lot faster. Once this arm is straight, then you can go back to rub, you can go back to striking. As security guard, whenever I escort people, I usually grab the sleeve because at this point, I can just do it. At this point, all I have to do is just quick rub, and he landed on his bad rib. If I push up into the muscle, like kind of you get a reaction, you feel that. But remember, Golgi tendons, and we want to strike towards the bone. We want to strike towards the bone. So we want to come here.
Yeah.
Okay? Be careful, you never want to really do this with the arm already locked out because this will hyperextend the arm. So if you notice, I always keep the arm bent because whenever I do this, his arm will straighten out. See, I'm not pulling his arm just straightens out. This is great for arm breaks, arm destruction, things like that.
Yeah, because when we were
Wham! Right. So watch the reaction if I push in and up, it shoots his body away, it takes that arm out. So if I'm here, if I'm a security guard, and I have my arm here, I'm walking, he tries to throw a punch towards me, I can do that.
we're walking.
And push against where it draws that arm out. So I'll try to throw a punch at him, like you can't do it.
Right.
But if I want to drop him, cut in.
And
Yeah.
Hulk smash.
So with a bigger guy, now I'm just doing these with the knuckles. For a bigger guy, you actually might have to use your entire forearm. You'd have to cut and pop.
Yeah.
Here.
Ha. I wasn't ha. By no means.
Yeehaw. So you push and cut. Okay? Here. Alright, this is a real good one.
Yeah, because I felt my elbow.
Now, if he's already down and I'm here, I can just vibrate this and drive straight down to the ground. Do a takedown. This is like when I lay down flat on your stomach. This is also good for a hold. If his elbow is up and I have this, I can drop my knee on here if I want. If he can't stand up. All right. So I didn't see that in a while. Mate!
I mean, I felt it all through my arm, the pressure of him on it.
Now, we've been doing hand trapping and hoop bud, right? What we have been doing is parrying and sliding from the outside. Now, we can parry and slide from the inside, and guess where that leaves us?
Oh.
Here.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Or you can parry, slide, there. That's a good one, ain't it?
Yeah, my elbow popped.
So, here, bam. You know, it's a really good one with hoop bud. So, grab your partner, take your knuckles, start with your knuckles, keep the arm bent, go up and then go down. Okay? Now, in a real life situation, I'd grab that lung 8 and pull that lung 8 while I do that, because 2 points working against each other and they're like, holy crap, it hurts, go sleep, or break or something, relieve that pressure. But right now, keep that elbow bent, rotate. And notice I'm not using my arm strength, I'm just turning my body. Okay? Flex your tricep if you can. See how it lines up here? Right at the head of that tricep, the hollow pocket, is a point called triple number 12. 11, 12. Alright? This is more inward. This is also the muscle, so you can stretch the muscle as well. But it's the same notion. Okay? You pop into the tricep or pop and rotate. It's a good one too.
I feel my elbows wanting to just snap.
Yeah. So it's the same thing here. When he throws that punch, I can hear it here. Wham!
That's
there.
the one I'm used to.
Or come up here, trap, up in there. Because it will separate the shoulder. It will snap the elbow really well. So it's the same motion as triple warmer 11, but it's up higher into the tricep.
Yeah.
So, right, so you have a good one. Right here where that V is. Well, he has short sleeve shirt. So if I just take my knuckle and strike this, if I rub it, if I do both, and I didn't even hold your arm. I didn't even hold it. So this really does a lot of good damage. All right. So it does pretty much the same effect that triple warmer 11 does. It's just more of a different feeling than triple warmer 11.
That's where I felt more comfortable, I guess, because that's where I wanted to hit.
All right, so in core combatives, we end up in the point of reference, right? Instead of doing one of the objectives, like one of the takedowns, we can use triple warmer 11 or triple warmer 12s for an arm bar. Because all we have to do is rotate that shoulder up here, or the arm up to our shoulder, clip this, lock it out, and see how this arm's on triple warmer 11? I can just rotate it and cause that block to come down, or I can come all the way up to triple warmer 12 and just cause that muscle lock straight down, because it causes the shoulder and the elbow. All right, triple warmer 11 is mainly elbow. 12 attacks both. All right. So it's really good for arm bars if you ever do an arm bar situation, or if he throws that punch and I come in and I clip, bam, right there. It's a good, easy attack. And what's good with that follow-up, since I'm already doing this motion, I can follow up, bam, all in one motion. All right, so give that a shot. The next point is small intestine 17, okay? This is going to be easy for you to remember, because almost everybody knows triple warmer 17, which is behind the ear, right? Triple warmer 17 is behind the ear. Small intestine 17 is at the corner of the jaw. So 17, 17. Triple warmer, small intestine, okay? It's really easy to remember those 2 points. But this is good. If you turn your head where that muscle that comes down where stomach 9 is, that muscle connects up behind the ear. That hollow valley that wraps around behind the jaw, it's in that hollow valley. All right? You can hit, this is best, I found, hitting backwards. Now, what Grandmaster Korn taught me long time ago, many years ago, jack them in the corner of the jaw, like actually hit the bone and let your knuckle clip into that hollow pocket. Because you're doing stress and damage on the jaw itself, the jaw bone, and then you're sinking into that pressure point. All right? Now, just to show you where it is, where this corner is, that little corner, it's right back in here, right there. So you want to strike this. Now, you can strike this with your hand and clip into it like that, or you can punch right here, clip that, and sink in. Okay? See this jawline right here, see how there's that space, that intercostal space there. That corner's right here. All right, small intestine is right there. So if I take my finger and grab in there, you can feel it. It's very painful. This is a good knockout point. So this way, you want to clip and hit into or punch and hit into, okay? So first I want you to use your thumbs to get it, and then I want you to tap it, and then not smoke it, but take that middle knuckle and just kind of thud into it, okay? So give that a shot. So moving up from small intestine 17 is another 17 point, which is triple warmer 17. Why do we call it triple warmer?
So it lights it all up.
It lights all three levels of the body, head, body, or head, torso, legs. So that's why it's a triple warmer. Some people call it triple heater, depends on what country you're from and what book you're reading. But triple warmer 17. Triple warmer 17 is below the earlobe on some people, which is right behind, or it's right behind the earlobe. If we take our fingers and rub the back of our jaw, you'll feel a little hollow pocket. Ooh, yeah, right there. And it sucks. All right. This point, and this is what I always do to people when I say, oh, well, yeah, you know it. But almost everybody teaches it to push straight in to cause the pressure. Clench your jaw. It hurts. It really does hurt. But he can take that. It's painful, but he can take that. It sucks, right? You want to push towards the tip of the nose because that pressure point lies, that nerve lies behind the jawbone. So you want to push, and I'm going to do this a lot lighter. Like you saw me digging in. If I just flick it towards the nose, it's painful. It's really painful. All right, this is struck back to front. The good thing about this is you get that neurological reflex, but it also unhinges that jaw. You hit that so hard at that angle, it's going to unhinge and spin, and it's going to break on the opposite side. I know, this is how I had my jaw broken. I got punched right back behind the jaw, and it unhinged, and it snapped over here, shattered, completely shattered from the stress. So, if somebody throws a punch and you parry and you're here, that's a good shot. If I'm here in the point of reference and I have him down, you know, what's right there? A good, fist strike, right? Pop! Bam! Behind your jaw. Right there. Don't swear.
Yeah.
So, it's really nice. Okay? For a security guard, it kind of does the same thing. If you want to lift them up for a choke, you just kind of just shuck it up and it lifts them up for that choking. He's a little tall, so I'd have to give him a little forward assist and break down. All right, so 14 is where it crests. 13 is the last little floating rib. All right. What's really good about liver 13 is when you hit it, even if you don't get the pressure point energy transfer, it's still a weak rib. You've probably seen this a little bit. When this gets hit really hard, it'll unhinge and snap off in the back usually. It's really easy. I use this a lot in core combatives with a straight punch. Wherever they throw a straight punch, I parry and I blast that bottom rib there. It depends on how hard to throw that punch, because if I'm way back here, liver 14 is fine. But if I'm close, I'll aim for that liver 13 because it will snap off and stab in the back a little bit. It's really nice. So, liver 14, liver 13, okay? And if we go from liver 13 straight up, we have spleen 21. Alright, so spleen 21 is right by spleen 17, right? Spleen 17 is 1 inch down, 1 inch over. We just follow down to the side point. That's where it is. Now the good thing about, we're going to school dance here. If we go up, the higher we go up on the inside of the rib cage, on the inside of the arm, the more sensitive they'll be. Because our body, through time and evolution, whatever you want to call it, our arms protect this area. Just like the inside of our thighs are really sensitive, because the outside of our legs protect that area. Because really the only contact they get is, especially my fat cells, my thighs rubbing together, right? Or my arms friction. But we're conditioned to the elements on the outside, right? So we're really sensitive the higher up we go on the inside. So remember that, because these gallbladder points way up high and stuff, it doesn't take a whole lot to really cause dysfunction up in here. All right, you can grab each other and just take your thumbs and poke up in between those ribs. It's really sensitive. So we're going to be working a lot over the next few months with these upper points, because you can really, control people like really easy. That's why we're ticklish, right? So liver 13, spleen 21. Now spleen 21 is also really good for, the lungs. Spleen 17s, spleen 21s, right? So let's work with those 2 points right now from a straight punch. Be careful with him because his rib's still messed up. But it's as simple as parry, punch, spleen 21, or liver 13. He comes in here with the other side, same thing. All right, now the key to this is moving off the X. We never want to be where they seen us when they wanted to punch us. So we don't want to just stand here and hopefully push the arm away. Here. Here. All right? It's all kind of one motion. It's that parry here. But if you haven't noticed, we're doing a lot of hand, because later on, this will come in handy with the hand trapping and joint lock stuff. So move off the X to your 11 or 12, or 11 to 2, liver 13, spleen 21. Okay, so grab a partner and work with that. Give each other just a little tap. Now, these points, remember, whenever you hit the body points, it's usually best to go across the body. But make sure whenever you hit, you sink that pinky in and cause that little snap and that little twist to pinch that nerve into the rib itself, okay? All right. So, back on the legs.
Oh shit, too.
Just like we have a Golgi tendon on the elbow, we have a Golgi tendon on the knee. Okay? It works the same way. Rub down in towards, the joint. This is a really good one for if you're already on the ground, but it does the same thing, especially if you attack the ankle or the Achilles tendon first. So if he steps forward, now bend your knee a little bit where it's a lot stronger. I would rub down with my forearm just like I would up here, right? First I would grab the ankle, and just all I have to do is either touch behind the ankle or grab the Achilles tendon and push and rub here. This is I've used this a lot doing security work. If you're on the ground, like you're with somebody comes up, you just turn and you just take this, rub down to weaken the joint like this, and then you just kind of push through into the ground. See, it does take a whole lot. And of course, if you pull the ankle while you do that,
You don't hurt.
it works a lot faster. It just locks the leg out a lot easier, because legs are powerful. I mean, legs are very powerful. Like, put it back out. If I push, I can't do it. If I just rub to loosen that knee, it goes.
Just gives out.
So this is a good self-defense move. If I'm on the ground and I'm covering up and somebody starts walking up, I can just take that leg out, or that spleen 6 point, right? Now, just remember Golgi tendon of the knee. All right, that's all I want everybody to remember right now. But if I curl my hand over, right there where everybody's ticklish. No, nobody? Am I the only one ticklish on the knee? All right, it's liver 9, okay? It's that hollow pocket that everybody knows.
Standard as hell.
Yeah. All right. If I took a X across the kneecap, right where the top of the X is on the inside of the knee. This is another good one for striking. Right? So take that elbow and punch right in there. So, it hurts. And it's very, very bad. I use this a lot in my jiu-jitsu, my ground fight. Like, put him way down. If he has me in his guard, and he has his legs up, all I have to do is put my elbows on the inside of the knee and just kind of rub up into the artery or move up into the body. And that's just a quick rub. Now, most Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, they do this, but they don't do that rub. They just kind of take it and just kind of grind into it. But it's that quick little jolt back up.
So you're just
Yeah, it's a quick little jolt.
in or out.
Back
I can't
up.
get my legs around here.
I just push and rub back into the leg. Right there. Alright?
That works.
And then that's easy to catch a heel hook or something like that. So just take your elbows and here. And remember, there's 3 ranges of the fight. There's your clinch, your elbows, there's your striking, and then there's your kicks. You'll see a lot of Okinawan style karates, they'll kick right there. Immediately. There or spleen 6, depending on how close the leg is. Like if he takes a really big step forward, I might take that spleen 6 out. Or I might just wham right there at liver 9 to lock that leg out, cause that whipping action, followed with a punch, right? You'll see Grandmaster Korn do that liver 9 kick wham, a lot. But liver 9 is really, really good. You can take it from the side with a heel kick. You can do the ball of your foot.
So it's right there.
Yeah, right there.
And then on big guys, it's right there.
Yeah. So, if they're taller than you and you're doing that point of reference in those 3 knees, that's right bang there, and it sucks. Okay? So, right now, I just want you to practice kicking it for now, but I want you to use into like the top of your foot. I want you to actually stomp kick it. So whenever he comes in, I'm just going to tap him right there. So in real life though, I'm not just going to kick it, I'm going to stomp it. Whenever you do foot trapping, where's my knee at? Right there. Yeah. So, right there. Yep, right there. Right above the,
Right there, like that too.
yeah.
Now, if we hit here,
Yep,
I
in
mean,
training.
if we hit from real life, I'm gonna hit it.
Yep, you're going to do it or stomp it.
Where's your knee?
Alright, so it's
Dog is right here.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Come down to
Where I was aiming.
Okay, that was between
This part of my foot, you're gonna feel my toes go around here.
Where I can come
My foot is going.
Yeah. But if you do that side step, use the heel.
So I was.
All right, and guys, if you look at the Kata Nahanchi a lot, where they do kicks like this a lot, they're actually telling you where to kick the person. All right, just like the augmented block, a lot of times you'll see this. They're actually telling you where to hit a lot of times. So whenever you see, like, where are they kicking themselves? Where are they hitting themselves? A lot of times it can be interpreted as you want to kick here on the other person. All right. So if we're wrestling or something, and I have his foot, I may just come up and bam, there, whop, take that leg out. So whenever you see some funny looking katas where they're kicking the crap out of themselves or they're punching the crap out of themselves, and they might be trying to tell you, hey, punch here, hey, kick here, okay? So let's work with that for a little bit. Now we're starting to put Kyusho in movement, right? So there for a while we did the haymaker punches, and that's all good, but now we're starting to put a little bit more into action. So whenever he's in his fighting stance and he comes in with that cross, I parry, liver 14, 13, spleen 21, spleen 17, bam, right? That opens up that liver point. So I come up in that trapping technique that we've been doing, but I can stomp that leg. So it comes in here, bam, bam. It's a quick, easy heel stomp. So parry, here, reach up, got that arm bar, and that bam, kick all at once. If he does a jab, and I come in here, pop, is that really feasible?
No.
But what's open?
31, 32.
Got by 31, 32, so I go bam into these points. So start learning what's available. All right, just like take your partner and be like, what's available? Whenever you're at home and you're thinking, you're practicing, look at the back, say, what points are available? And try to go through your mind. If you're at the side, what points are available? And then what points are available? Okay, so and that'll help out a lot, because if I'm here, I have stomach 5, middle nerve, triple warmer 17, gallbladder 20, right? But if I just move 8 inches over, I really don't have middle nerve anymore. I don't really have stomach 5. I have triple warmer 17, gallbladder 20, right?
Yep.
I have all these points in the back, these body points too. So really start incorporating this in your way of thinking. Because eventually, the more drills we do, the more times we put this in action. I want this to be second nature. So if you're sitting there and somebody comes with a punch, bam, bam, you're just attacking. Pretty much if you can just do this, you're going to hit something. All right? So with this drill, here, it's there, bam. All right? If the leg's really wide open like his was, like he had that wide, I got spleen 11. Bam, way up there high, right? So start using this in your thinking as well, okay? Okay.